Apple AirPod Pros. These are the sold out headphones, and in some cases it takes weeks or even months to wait for these to come back in stock. So is it worth waiting for them? First of all, the unboxing experience is as good as you'd expect from an Apple product, but that has little significance in the grand scheme of things. What I'm interested in is what it's like to use them day to day. Well, first off, let's start with the sound quality. They're better than these earpods, which unfortunately is all I have earbud-wise to compare them to. However, when we look at my pair of wireless headphones, the Beats Studio 3, they compare reasonably well. Of course, they don't have the same amount of bass that the Beats do, as they are much smaller, but in terms of overall sound clarity, and especially on the high end, the AirPods do a good job of keeping up with the over-ear headphones. Now onto the area where the AirPod Pros are unmatched: active noise cancellation. Yes, these tiny wireless headphones have the best noise cancellation I've ever experienced. As they're in-ear, they're able to create a great seal with your ear, and they have these silicone tips which you can change from either small, medium or large to make sure you have a good fit with your ear. Using microphones, they're able to detect sound from your environment and cancel it out. Now, that's nothing new, it's the principle that all noise cancelling headphones use. However, the AirPod Pros take it a step further. By using microphones to listen to the noise inside your ear, they're able to adjust the noise cancellation much better than other headphones. The result is incredible. It's virtually silent with the noise cancellation engaged. Any low rumbling sounds are completely erased, and only the loudest high-pitched sounds are able to escape the noise cancellation field, and even then they are heavily muted. I've used these in the gym, and they can even cancel out the sound of people putting the weights down, and some of the people at my gym do put their weights down quite loudly. Okay, I am one of those people, but how quietly can you put down 170 kilograms? Anyway, these are really good at cancelling out the gym music and other people asking if I'm finished with the squat rack. But I don't just use them at the gym. I also do a 5k run several days a week, and these are great for that too. They fit very securely in my ears, and I'm not in the slightest bit worried about them falling out. They are able to remove most of the noise of the cars going by, so it is very important to have a good look around when you cross a road, because there's a good chance you won't hear a car coming. Before I had these AirPods, I was running with my over-ear Beats headphones. They were alright, but the ear cup would get very sweaty, which was a bit nasty, and I'd have to adjust them on my head every so often. Now, I live in England, where it rains a lot. A bit of rain isn't going to stop my workouts, but I was often quite worried about my Beats getting water damaged when I was running. But the AirPods are weather and sweat resistant, so I don't need to worry about that anymore. The user experience with these is excellent, just as you'd expect from an Apple product. They pair seamlessly with your phone, and as soon as they're set up with one of your Apple devices, it's easy to connect any of your other devices. Of course, if you're using an Android or a Windows device, then the experience isn't going to be anywhere near as good, but they will still work with Windows and Android devices. The AirPods only have a few controls, and all of these functions are operated by way of the Force Touch sensor. 1 press for pause, 2 presses to skip a track, and 3 presses to start the current track again. You can also long press for pass-through mode, which plays the outside noise of your environment through the speaker and lets you hear what's going on. If you take one of the AirPods out, then the music will automatically pause. There's no on or off switch, they automatically turn on and off when you put them in your ears. The only problem I had so far was when I had a bit of difficulty connecting the AirPods to my Apple Watch, but I removed them in the Bluetooth settings and then repaired them, and that fixed that issue. It also may have been down to my watch and phone having an AirPod related update not installed. Since ensuring all my devices are up to date, I haven't had any more problems. The AirPods come with this charging case that can fully recharge the AirPods several times before it needs charging. As with a lot of other wireless earbuds, the case is also able to charge the headphones. So far, I've only charged the case once when it's arrived, and that has lasted more than a week, during which I've usually done 2 workouts a day, 1 gym session and then a 5k run later. And I'd say that's a little under 2 hours of use per day. The case can also wirelessly charge if you have a Qi-compatible wireless charger. So, conclusions. Are they worth it? Well, they are pretty expensive. In fact, they're one of the most expensive wireless earbuds. However, they really are incredible, and I've never experienced anything like this noise cancellation before. I think it really comes down to how far you're into the Apple ecosystem. I have an iPhone, iWatch, iPad and iMac, which all work seamlessly together. so naturally the AirPods fit in all of those devices very well. Now if you're not using Apple Music, you may want to consider it. I find it really convenient to be able to stream Apple Music from my watch to my AirPods with cellular data, and I don't need my iPhone to be anywhere near me for this to work. Sadly, Spotify doesn't yet have this functionality on the Apple Watch, and that's my main reason why I switched to Apple Music. So there you have it. For Apple users, the AirPods Pro are a really great experience, and they are really good earbuds, and I think you'll struggle to find anything better.
It's detecting another face on your face. Or is that eye detection?
Yeah, it's got, yeah. It's not got like perception.
Alright.